Today we're diving into the fastest way to go from one thing to a whole bunch of things in Nomad Sculpt, repeaters. Whether you're making bolts on armor, scales on dragons, or an army of coffee cups, repeaters are the quickest way to do this. Repeaters will save you hours of work. We're going to cover the three main types of repeaters: arrays, curves, and radials. We're going to cover how each works, when to use them, and how to make them not make your work become a laggy mess. So today I am showing you how to work with repeaters, including arrays, curves, radials. Let's start first with the curves. It's one of those things you may need if you're building out flexies or anything that's sort of segmented and jointed. So we're just going to create a curve here, and you can see it added another spear that is the same size. Now, if we wanted to add additional points, we would just click on our line, and you see here it adds additional points. Now, if we wanted to change the count, we would just run through the count here, and we could actually then go and move this. So imagine if you were creating caterpillar flexi, you could use this and you can make some joints in between, and same thing, you could add additional points if you want, and you can move this spear around. We could also change the radius, and we could add more than one radius in here. So for instance, if we wanted this part to be a little bit thicker, we could, and this part to be a little bit thinner, we could do that. We could change our radius. So, and you could bring this all the way up if you wanted. And for instance, you could make a horn. And the more you sort of bring it together, you'll see there's less distance between these spears. And you could even, start modifying your shape. So one of the other really cool things is whatever you do to one of these spears, it will affect all the other spears. So for instance, if we just click on the spear and we start creasing it, you'll see the crease starts running up all the spears. So what's nice about that is if you are creating like an articulating item, or in this case, it looks sort of like a horn, I guess, you could actually go and repeat that across the board, and it'll modify each of the spears in the array. So now let's look how an array works. First, we're just going to add a box. Let's get rid of our spear. And let's now add the array. So as you can see here, we have 2 in the count of the array. And if we increase it, it starts filling it. Now, that's because we have clicked on fit inside. If we turn off fit inside, what will happen? Sorry, I don't know why my Apple Pencil is acting a little weird, but let's just create a little space. This is the offset in between. Let's make this larger so we have some offset. But if we click off fit inside, what will happen? Sorry guys, I don't know. I think my Apple Pencil may be dying during this tutorial. So let's just add that. So now, as you can see, it's now made 7 cubes. So the same thing applies if we turn our Y count up. So let's just hit 7. I think my Apple Pencil's dying. So as you can see, now it is 7 tall. And our offset on the Y is 2. And the same thing happens if we do our Z count. So now we have pretty much a 7 by 7 by 7 cube. The offset on the Z axis is 2. The offset on the Y axis is 2. And the offset on the X axis, let's just make that 2 so everything is even. And there we go. Now we have sort of like a perfect cube of cubes. Now let's go in, let's add another box. Just delete our spear. And now let's add in the radial. So as you can see, as we increase or decrease the radial, what happens is it adds more squares. Same thing can happen on the X-axis, the Y-axis, or your Z-axis. And if you hit randomize, you'll see it comes out pretty wacky. Let's just undo that. But here, I mean, it looks like we created a nice little gear using the radial. Arrays for the perfect grid, curves for smooth flowing patterns, and radials for geometric shapes. For more on 3D printing, 3D modeling, and other DIY or maker projects, make sure you like and follow Maker Build It, and remember, keep on making.